All right, court is calling 2025 CR 005594 State versus 2025 CR 005594 State versus Elena Marino. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Lauren Espinoza for the state.
Frederick K. Hicks for the defense.
And are you Ms. Sanchez?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you entered a plea. You're going open to the court. The charge is theft of property, $30,000 to $150,000. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine. You entered a plea of guilty on December 9th, and it was reset for PSI and for you to provide restitution. So, counsel, has all restitution been paid?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Any objections to the PSI report, state or defense?
None, Your Honor.
None from the state, Your Honor.
Any objections to the court reviewing the PSI report?
No.
None, Your Honor.
All right. State, do you have any witnesses?
Yes, Judge, we have a few.
All right, you may proceed.
State calls Norma Cifuentes.
All right. And if you have your counsel, you can remain here, but if your client will step there. Off the record for a moment, Mr. Cox. All right, sorry about that, doing 3 things at one time.
Multitask.
Thank you. All right, state, you're calling your witness?
Yes, Judge. Hello, Miss Cifuentes.
Oh, I haven't sworn her in or anything. All right.
Anyway, ask you, is case set still up to,
Sure.
film? Case set, sir, you're allowed to film. No notice.
All right.
I didn't wear the right clothes.
Hmm?
I'm just kidding. I said I didn't wear the right clothes.
Oh, no, you're dressed beautifully.
Thank you.
All right. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right. You can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up because the court reporter needs to hear.
Okay.
Cindy, the microphone that's on your computer, is that close enough for her or do you want her to wear
You
one?
can wear that for me. Just put it on the.
And it's for the court reporter to hear.
Thank you.
All right. If you'll state your name for the record, please.
Yes, my name is Norma. You found angelic monuments? I found Angelica's monuments through a referral from another victim of crime who did not proceed in pushing it further. And that's how I was recommended to go to her and because she did her mom's monument and all that. And so that's why I went over there.
I'm sorry, you said she did them how?
She referred me to angelic monuments.
Okay.
Mhm. That's how I found out about this. Okay, and then can you please tell the court why you sought out Miss Moreno Sanchez's business? Because I thought it would, they did a good, she did a good package deal for her and recommended all this and did that for her. And nothing like that came out of that for me. Okay, so your stone was never delivered, is that correct? My stone was never delivered. What was delivered by Miss Moreno was pain, agony, torture for me, my family, and the loss of my husband. We have suffered quite a bit, and she has put us through nothing but hell till now. And I want closure on this. I can't seem to go on because I have this over me. My kids are drained by the loss of their father already. And it pains me because I know that if I would have done that to her, she would probably see me, on death row. I don't know. But all I know is that I want justice to be taken care of. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying she's perfect. No one's perfect. But I am saying this. She does not deserve probation. She is not going to free me of my pain. What we have gone through, the trauma, I think I'm going to face her if it's okay if I may. I would like to let her know how I feel, the kind of character I have portrayed about her. She is malicious, vicious. She's a disgrace to the human race. I know that I could not live with myself. I don't know how she's lived with herself right now, having all of this
hurting people. They've already lost a loved one, but to come and no shame and just to do this to not one, but many, and still there's many out there, I believe. And now I understand she's working for another funeral home. And I honestly want to say is that going to happen to them? Will she do that to them? They have good reviews. And here again, what can I say? Is this going to continue? But I know that the pain that I've lived through, my kids have lived, I'm only here, Your Honor, for respect of my lost one. I was married to my husband 43 years, and I lost him. I didn't expect this. I lost a lot of money. But her lies was one lie after another. Her promises are not, she's not credible. She's not honest. She is just no good.
Okay, Ms. Cifuentes, now I want to ask you one final question.
Yes, ma'am.
What would be justice in this case for you?
Justice in this case is she needs to go serve her time. I'm not the judge, Your Honor. I know you're the judge, but the bigger judge is up there. And I know that we all are going to go and meet before him. I believe in that. I was raised in that. But I know that she needs.
This right here is one of the most powerful moments in any sentencing hearing, when the victim defines justice. And notice, it's not just about money, it's about accountability. But here's the big legal question for you. Should restitution alone ever be enough, or does emotional harm demand prison time?
It didn't pain her because she bought a house, she bought a truck, she did all of this and made her look good. While we're over here and believe that this woman was going to keep her promise and give us what we paid for. And that never happened.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Defense?
Ms. Fuentes, just one brief question. Did you receive any restitution this last go around?
I did. And I remember your words. You said, well, that's a good Christmas gift, came just in time. That was very painful for me, a lawyer, to say that. That was not very nice.
Oh.
And I'm just letting you know that I know that you represent, you want her, but you're not representing me. But I am going to tell you this, I did receive it, but I never received my stone. The one I designed for my husband, the one that she promised to give to me and him. I don't know how you can represent someone like that, but then that's part of your job.
I have no further questions.
All right, any other questions?
No further questions from my state, Your Honor.
All right, I'll tell you this. I've been a defense attorney before, and a defense attorney's job is to zealously represent their client. And I would always tell people, because people would ask me sometimes, I can't believe you're representing this person. And my thing is, we have a U.S. Constitution, and everybody deserves to have an attorney if they want one, okay? But thank you so much for coming down. I just have a couple of questions. Any objections?
No.
No objection.
All right. So, number one, have you received a stone?
Yes, we went again through more expense.
Mhm.
My kids and I, we needed a stone for my husband and their father. And we did.
All right. And then my other question, and if anyone has an objection to this question I'm about to ask, you can object to it and I'll withdraw the question. My other question is, when you spoke to Ms. Sanchez and asking her, where is the stone? What was the response to that?
The material was not on hand. My company had run out of material, seeking material for the headstone. That's what she was doing. We spoke very minimal because she was a hard person to get a hold of.
All right. And so, did Ms. Sanchez ever tell you you were not going to receive the stone, or there were?
She was seeking another company to have the material to be able to do the stone. And then at one point, she had said that they were working on it, and it was like, well, which one is it? And me, as gullible as I was, I didn't think about it, and then.
And
all this happened.
if you can recall,
Mhm.
from the time you paid for the stone, what was the lapse of time between your paying for the stone and your getting authorities involved?
I paid the stone immediately when, we did the contract.
Mhm.
So that was good. That was upfront. And then we just came back, the next day to pay the second part of it, but that was it. So from that moving forward, it took, this long to get the stone from
No,
her.
no, I mean, how long did you give Miss Sanchez or were working with Miss Sanchez on obtaining the stone
But she said that
before
she would-
you called
Yes,
authorities?
She said it would be about a year, and then 15 months, and it just kept going and nothing. And it wasn't until somebody stepped forward and said about this, the thing, and my kids were like, "Mom, go seek something, go find out." So I did. I went to precinct 1, Fair County, and filed a report.
All right, thank you so much. Any further questions?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing.
All right, thank you. If you'll leave the microphone behind. Thank you. All right, state, call your next witness.
State calls Alexandra Valverde.
What was the name?
Alexandra Valverde.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, if you could take the square microphone, it's for the court reporter to hear. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
my name is Alexandra Valverde.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Valverde, can you please tell the court how you learned of Miss Moreno's business?
Through Facebook.
Approximately when did you enter into a contract agreement with her?
I cannot remember the exact date. It was a July. I can't remember the year.
Okay. Between the time that you entered that contract agreement and the first court setting, I guess, did you ever learn why Miss Moreno hadn't delivered your stone?
No, she would always just say that it was in works and COVID, everything was back ordered.
So you mentioned COVID, right? Approximately when did that occur?
COVID,
Yes, ma'am.
2020.
Okay, and it lasted for a little bit. Is that
Yes.
fair? Okay. So you engaged with her for services sometime after the pandemic had begun, correct?
Yes,
Okay. Have you received a stone for your loved one?
I have not.
Why is that?
I am too nervous that it's gonna happen again, basically. I'm scared that it's gonna, like, the same thing that happened, I'm gonna get scammed.
How has this affected you and your loved one since entering this process with Miss Moreno?
It's been tough because we're expecting to have the new stone of mom and dad, and it's not there. So it's always a reminder when we go visit them that we just got bamboozled, like played in our face.
And Miss Valverde, what is justice for you in this case?
For her to do time.
Is there anything else you'd like this court to know?
I'm really nervous, sorry.
No problem.
No, that's it.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Defense.
Ms. Valverde, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna ask you the same question that I asked Ms. Fuentes. Did you receive any restitution in this matter?
Yes, I did.
Thank you. Pass the witness.
No further questions, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, call your next witness.
State calls Ileana Moreno.
Hello, if you'll put the square microphone on, it's for the court reporter to hear.
Quick reality check. This is something a lot of people misunderstand. Defense attorneys are not there to prove innocence. They're there to ensure the system is fair. Even if the client looks guilty, the Constitution guarantees representation. But let me ask you, could you defend someone accused of hurting grieving families like this?
Okay, did you receive a stone for your loved one?
I have, yes.
Yes.
Not from her, yes.
Did you incur additional costs to get that stone?
Yes.
How has this affected you?
It's definitely, I mean, I wanted to be very supportive of small businesses. Shopping local was my thing. And it's kind of hesitant now because you don't want something like that to happen again.
Mhm. Is there anything you would like the court to know prior to making its sentencing decision?
I mean, every day's a reminder that it's, even the stone we bought is not the stone we ordered and planned for, and it's been tough.
I cast the witness.
And again, I'll just ask the same question. Did you receive any restitution?
Yes, I did.
Thank you. No further questions.
I just have one question if there's no objection.
Okay.
All right, how often did you call Ms. Sanchez approximately asking what the issues were with receiving your stone?
I think once I realized, because I had a friend also not receive a stone, after I ordered mine, she ordered hers, that she told me, and as soon as I tried contacting, there was no more contact with her.
All right, and approximately how long was it from the time you paid her till you decided to seek help from the authorities?
I believe it was about 8 to 9 months later.
All right, thank you so much. Any further questions?
I think the state.
All right, thank you. All right, state, call your next witness.
State has no more witnesses, Your Honor.
Defense, any witnesses?
Give me just one moment here. Judge, we'll call Miss Moreno Sanchez.
All right, if you'll come forward. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand. You may proceed.
Miss Moreno Sanchez, so please actually just state the record.
Eleanor Sanchez.
Okay, and Ms. Sanchez, you understand why we're here today, right?
Yes, I do.
And you've been accused of taking a lot of people's money. You're aware of that?
Yes.
Was it your intention to permanently deprive these people of their money?
No,
Was it your intention to make their lives difficult?
no,
Was it your intention to bring them pain?
no,
Okay. Was it your intention to defraud them?
no,
Can you just briefly tell the court what happened?
yes.
Please proceed in your own words.
I owned my business for recently about 6 years. I worked hard to maintain the integrity and the respect of it. I went through COVID. I've gone through that with some delays. I was also in a domestic abusive relationship that I decided to end.
And how did that affect what we're here for today?
It caused delays, caused me to not be able to work, caused me a lot of time in the station making reports on this person. It caused pain to the families that I did not want to happen. I tried to protect myself and everyone else surrounding me, like to do what I had to do to get out of that relationship. I mentioned to the families that I would temporarily close until I got done with this. My business was still moving on, but I was temporarily closing the office. With that, families thought that I wasn't gonna come through. Families thought that I just ran out and stole their money, which was not the case. I tried my best to maintain myself mentally, physically, financially, to go through everything, to make sure that I would deliver everything. I did a contract with everyone with the intention to deliver. I never wanted to take anything from them. My intention was to give them comfort, give them compassion and closure. I never meant to hurt anyone.
Now, it was brought up that during this time you bought a house or a car. Is that true?
No,
So during this time, you were essentially able to, you were able to, well, let me back up a little bit here. You've made restitution in full to the individuals. Is that the case?
yes, I
Okay. And do you have remorse for what's happened?
do. I go through it every day. I'm heartbroken. I hurt these families. I put them through more pain than what they need to go through, and I'm terribly sorry for it. I never meant to hurt anyone. I just did what I thought was right to move on and to get out of that relationship, and for my safety and everyone else's. And if I could take it back, I would. I'm sorry. I never meant for this to happen. I only meant to help them.
And you are aware that you are asking of this court to grant you community supervision. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay. Do you understand what goes into community supervision?
yes, I do.
Okay, so you understand that if you pick up anything like a DWI or anything called Class B misdemeanor or higher, you understand you're facing revocation by this court, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and you understand that you're going to be supervised by the Adult County Probation Department,
Yes,
and you're going to be subject to all terms and conditions that this court will place on you. You understand that?
yes, I do.
Okay, and you're willing to go through with this?
Yes.
Pass the witness.
State?
Yes, Judge. Ms. Moreno, you stated you had to temporarily close your office. When did you do that?
I was trying to between May and June. Yes,
Of what year?
I believe 2023.
So May and June of 2023 is when you closed your business?
I didn't close the business. I closed the office. I had to relocate due to my ex harassing me.
So my question is, when
Yes.
did you close the business?
The business altogether after I was arrested. After I was arrested in 2024.
So would it surprise you to learn that on the date of your arrest, when you were interviewed by Detective Chamness, you told him you closed your business in December of 2023?
I don't recall saying that. I don't recall saying that.
So it wouldn't surprise you, you're just saying you didn't say it.
I don't recall saying that. I may have, I really don't recall saying that.
Okay, so how long have you been in the monument business, Ms. Moreno?
On my own, it would have been 6 years at that time.
Would it surprise you to learn you also told Detective Chamness you've been doing it on and off for about 10 years?
Yes, I have. But on my own about that time, on and off, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then when did issues with your business begin?
Between 2020, around 2023.
That's when the issues began?
Yes,
Okay, and why did you have issues with your business?
because I had issues with my ex harassing me, threatening me.